And the last thing that these brothers were saying, Carter Bay, who is a Grand Chief in the Moorish Science Temple over there, or the fugitive Moorish Science Temple rather, or the fugitive Moorish Science Temple rather, or the fugitive Moorish Science Temple rather, they were making the point between the that they are making the point. Let's make this clear to the family. Basically, what Braswell Bay and Brewington Bay and all of those people over there today, I said, I don't care. I could be sitting up when I was going to do this show today. I don't care if I had water up to my chest, sitting in this chair. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. And I said, and I told the brothers, I'd rather die than not do this show. So while the streets are flooded, I'm going to be represented. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. And I said, and I told the brothers, I'd rather die than not do the show. So while the streets are flooded, I'm going to be represented. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. Okay, I said, I don't care. I could be sitting up when I was going to do this show today. I don't care if I had water up to my chest, sitting in this chair. I said, the only thing that was going to stop me from doing this show is death. And I said, and I told the brothers, I'd rather die than not do this show. So while the streets are flooded, I'm going to be represented. Thanks, man. Brother Sharif Bey, you would like to come on and now add on to that, brother, man? Are you have any comments?
Well, I mean, first thing I wanted to say is this: as you all know, quote unquote, grandfather thing or whatever. So as it relates to speaking out against the particular body or anything like that, we don't have to do it. But that I will say. You all see the image?
Yes, I see it. Yes.
That is the image. The Office of the Illinois Secretary of State, corporate file detail report.
Blow it up, boy. Blow it up.
Now, that being said, there are some out there that are familiar with a case in the 1970s where our German Bay attempted to dissolve Moorish Science of America Incorporated. At the time, was under the leadership of our illustrious brother Arnold there. Now, the reason why, and to be as fair with the language as I can be, P. Davis Hill was from the
at the last
time of the quote-unquote reorganization and re-emergence into the public of Temple Number 1. Moorish Science of America, that Temple Number 1, which at that time was operating basically in secret with brother P. Baby Hill's family in their home. Right? Brother P. Davis Hill and brother E. Braswell Bay assisted in bringing that temple out into the public again. This was around 93. Prior to that, they were leading the temple at 957 75th Street, which had suffered an injunction by all of them and Moorish Science of America Incorporated, but they were, and this is when they brought on Brother Waleed, other brothers, Brother Rasa Hill, and some others, and
that's right. I'm back. And what? I did it. I'll be that more you gon' remember. I'm back. I did it. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call my number. Yeah. I did it. That's right. I'll be the one you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the law call. If you a prison the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies that hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. When I speak about the prophet, over who I am. I want the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountain, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it was straight fact. You tripping off Trump, you're gonna be tripping off that. Say, here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught Europeans how to bathe. And look at that woman buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell nah, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation taking pills, weed, and serve. There ain't love, no got it. Suchi, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Lucy. But where the love for the woman look like your mama? I guess to say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now sight, I'll be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay, front line till the law call my number. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay, front line till the law call my number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers, you ain't building on the ground, then you working in the structure. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. I ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every moment that I can pass. He ain't my bro, yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. I was trying to kill the prophet, it was all for show. And somebody right now don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my bastard state. I want my town, my air, my sword, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your race. If you wait for Moorish Groups, then get out of my face. Just try to watch out. If I if you should let the Moorish Groups come on and go with me, let's go. I'll be that one you gonna be. Let's go. Now let's get into it. Let's get into it. That's right. That's right. First and foremost, I rise giving praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. The great God of the universe that let the rain come down, but showed his mercy on those that are able to overcome and withstand. And for those who've gone back to the essence, may they rest in power. I give honor to the noble, illustrious prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali because he set a standard. He set a standard that we must live by. And it's not determined by the Secretary of State, nor is it determined by any group of Moors that claim to be the Moor Science Temple of America. The standard must be met by the members and the officials that claim to follow the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We can get to that in another time. But what we talk about here tonight, family, I don't watch a lot of news, right? I glance at it. I watch internet news. I glanced at it and I seen what was going on in Texas. And I wasn't too sure how bad it was. And I think I was doing a show the day before, something like that. I don't know. I don't follow it too much, but I didn't know how bad it was. And so I read a post where my good brother Zion Lex said that he was going to debate Jabari, but he don't know if he should do it because of the storm. And I said to myself, whoa, that must be pretty bad, you know. But I took that into consideration. So then I did further research and I come to see that it was pretty bad. I come to see that it was pretty bad. And at that point, I began to reach out to the family in Texas. I began in Houston in particular, but not only in Houston, I called my brothers in Dallas too to see what they was doing and see what I could do to assist. And so when I decided, I said, well, we got to do a show. We got to definitely do a show to direct attention to this situation. I said, man, you know, we can't do another show talking this chitter-chatter, flipper-flabber, and we got our brothers and sisters out here going through it right now. And I'm trying to fix my screen, but we got brothers and sisters out here going through it. So I say, you know what? This is what we got to do. We got to do a show, and we got to direct the attention to our brothers and sisters in Houston, surrounding area, whatever. And so the first person I reached out to is Ja Rael. Shout out to Ja Rael and Selby Bay. I reached out to these two brothers, not because we get along or we agree on everything, but because they my brothers. We don't have to agree on everything, but they my brothers. And Ja Rael, man, I think I blocked Ja Rael about 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this. I'm like, hold up, man, what can we do? So people started inboxing me. I started inquiring. Shout out to the sister. I don't know if she thinks want me to say her name, and a few sisters, brothers who reached out to me. And I was like, I'm gonna get back to you. We're gonna put something together. We're gonna make this happen. So here we are today. And so at the bottom of this page, where there is the description of this video, there is a link. The link is to More TV. It's their PayPal link. When you go and hit the link, what it will do is take you straight to More TV. And on the bottom, you'll see it's a PayPal link. See, we're not trying to go through all of these changes. We're going to say, man, we're going to help or we're not. It is what it is. That's the type of person I am. And so this brother, Ja Rael, he will be calling soon. And we're going to be talking about what will be done with the money. People need boats, family. And so what touched me is, now let me tell you why I named the video as provocative as I did. Let me tell you why I put the flyer up as provocative as I did. The reason why I did that, and let me see if I can screenshot this flyer real quick, because I want people to understand why I do what I do. There's a method to why I do what I do. I don't do this for friends. You know what I mean? If you like me or you don't. You know what I mean? It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? As long as I'm favored by law, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So it says, who is the real MST of A? And I got Sharif, Grim, Ali, and Abba. And the reason why I got that's right, I'm being provocative. I'm trying to encourage people to wonder and to pay attention to what is going on. Well, as you heard, why this was going on. As the flood was going on, a brother sends me a message and says, bro, these brothers are still talking this division stuff. And I'm like, wow, the flood is going on for real? We cannot spend enough time to talk about the things that we need to do to benefit people. And then to my amazement, and I'm going to say it, man, listen, I don't personality worship. You know what I mean? If my mother ain't right, she can get the truth if she ain't right. You know what I mean? If my mother ain't right, she can get the truth. I'm telling you off the break. I don't personality worship. But to my amazement, I seen one of the people that I look up to, one of the brothers I admire, my brother Sharif Aniel Bey, really validating the division. I mean, whether he said anything, which he did, but whether he said anything or not, to be on a panel to discuss the original Moorish Science Temple of America or the authentic Moorish Science Temple of America, which I don't believe there is none because none of y'all produced anything yet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm including the people, the brothers and sisters that I'm with, but we're working on it. And I can come back with something on that at a later date, maybe Sunday or something. I address the whole video. That's not an issue. But the point that I'm making is why our people are underwater. Like on one phone, I'm talking to a brother and he says, brother, we're trying to get some boats. Now I got my computer over here listening to this division going on. He's like, man, we trying to get some boats. Some people still stuck in the house. We got to get some boats so we can get to the house. In my inbox, sister hit me saying, I just bought a boat. I sent the boat out to Texas. I'm like, whoa, we can get boats? You feel me? So underneath here, you will have all the links that you need. Once the show is over, I'm going to add the rest of the links. But the point of the matter is, I'm like, man, these great minds are lost
into a conversation that perpetuates division, as we have babies, women, and children underwater, trying to stay above water, if you will. And I'm saying literal. This is literal talk here, trying to stay above water. Yet we say that we follow the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm appealing to you, family. I'm appealing to you right now. If you say you follow the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, show some assistance. Show some assistance. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now. Give me 1 second. Let me put this link in the chat because I'm gonna keep putting these links in the chat. That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna keep this going on real-time basis. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, family. I mean, if y'all got a problem with saying, well, where my money going? Who gonna spend my money? That's understandable too. But we're gonna tell you where your money going momentarily. You know, your money is going to go from one hand to the other, from your hand to the people, to the brother that's handling it or the sister that's handling it, and then it's going straight to the people. It's not going no 10% here, not no 5% there. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, the thing is this. The sad part about it, I just put it in there. Look in the chat. You can hit the link, moretv.com. There will be a few more links that I will grab as I'm talking. But the point that I'm making is, the disheartening thing is that I listened to a brother said, I would die. I would die before I not do this show. This is what this brother said. I said, man, if we talking about that we are Moorish Americans and you rather die because you want to do a show to prove who is the real Moorish Science Temple of America, and we got people literally dying that need a boat for rescue, need food, need medication, but you would rather die than to do a show? You cannot be serious. You got to be kidding me. This is what the brother said, and I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let it play. You know, I gotta let it play. I gotta let it play one more time. I got to let this play one more time because this is unbelievable for me to hear something of that magnitude, man. That this brother said he would rather die, you know, than to listen to this.
And the last thing that these brothers were saying, and I told the brothers I'd rather die than not do the show. So while the streets are flooding, I'm gonna be represented. I said the only thing that was gonna stop me from doing this show is death. I said the only thing that was gonna stop.
I hear this. This is a show about division. Man, we could have did that anytime.
I had water up to my chest, sitting in this chair. I said the only thing that was gonna.
Let me screen share this with you. Let me screen share this with you. You know, I want to screen share this. Let's check. Here we go.
And the last thing, streets are flooding. I'm gonna be dead. Is death. I said, and I said, yeah, I had water up to my chest, sitting Brewington Bay, and all of those people over there. Today, I said, I don't care. I could be sitting up when I was gonna do this show today. I don't care if I had water up to my chest, sitting in this chair. I said, the only thing that was gonna stop me from doing this show is death. And I said, and I told the brothers I'd rather die than not do the show. So while the streets are flooding, I'm gonna be represented. I said the only thing that was gonna stop me from doing this show is death. I said the only thing that was gonna stop me from doing this show is death. I said the only thing that was gonna stop me from doing this show is death. And I said,
man, I don't even want to hear that no more. You know, the thing is this, family. This is a sad state for someone who will call himself a Moorish American Muslim, and we have people that are underwater as we speak. We have people underwater as we speak and trying to maintain some sort of health, some sort of nutrition. I mean, the food is probably bad. Can you imagine? Let's keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 like I always do, family. Let's think about it for a minute. Let's think about it for a minute. You there with your children. The floods come. At first, okay, it's not going to be that bad. Okay, it begins to build up. It begins to build up. Hold up now. This is getting serious. Okay, it's getting serious. But let's go into like maybe day 2 or something. When you got to use the bathroom. When you got to use the bathroom. Toilet paper. Sisters are on a cycle. You see, this is my brother sent me these pictures, and some of them I grabbed off the internet. Sisters on their cycles. Babies need diapers. Babies need food. The food is wet. And we got time. Every Moorish channel should be trying to do something to push funds that way for Moorish Americans. Every Moorish channel should be. They should take one day and do a campaign to do whatever is in their power to push funds that way. Use your voice for good, not for division. That's all fun and dandy on YouTube sometime. I get it. I might get at you in a little while. I may get at you in a little while. You follow me? I may get at you in a little while. But right now, babies are pooping on themselves. Women are on their cycle. And we sitting there talking about who is the real Moorish Science Temple of America for 4 hours, and you rather die? Man, and then to see brothers in that chat that I respect and admire, because I turned there for a minute, to see brothers in that chat that I respect and admire giving credence and relevance to that nonsense. Giving credence and relevance to that nonsense. When 4 hours could have been dedicated to trying to get the people together to send assistance. So family, I'm going to keep putting it in the chat. This is More TV. And y'all know, let's keep it 100. I just did a show about More TV, about the anchors. And I know it's not a European platform, but I say get them Europeans off their interview state. Get them anchors off it. And I still mean that. But I have confidence that my people that run More TV, Rael and the sister, they're going to get this finance to them people. They still I get this. Don't put no European anchors on there because I get you. Don't put them up there. But send this finance to the people, man. Look, I keep putting it in the chat. I want y'all, man, where's the $5, man? $5, 43 people in the chat right now. How many people in the chat? Let me see. How many people in the chat? I can't see. 40 people in the chat. Man, what is $5? $5, man. You can't send $5, man. $10, $20. Send as much as you can. But $5 out of 40 people, that's going to help something. Man, I don't personality worship. I don't care if you say, man, I thought y'all was cool. We ain't cool when it comes to truth. Either you with the truth or you not. I know I got to stop yelling. I was in the flood, me and my kids now. I have a family that moved to Texas, going through it now, waiting on them to come to Kansas City. Jay Murray 504, brother. Thank you, my brother. Jay Murray, let me read the chat. He said, family, listen to Talker Bay. I'm from New Orleans. I was in the flood, me and my kids. Now I have family that moved to Texas. We're going through it. Now waiting on them to come to Kansas City. Come on, man. Come on, man. We don't have time for 4 hours to talk about who is the authentic Moorish Science Temple of America when we got a baby with a turban on her head, a sister with a turban on her head, a brother with a fez on his head, soaking wet. And we sitting up there talking about who is the Supreme Grand Sheikh, what the Secretary of State demanded or the Secretary of State confirmed. You for real? You for real? You for real? You for real? So now the question is this, and we gonna keep tabs on it. Send them people some money. They ain't got to tell nobody. We ain't talking about no phone call. How you doing? Nah, send that paper. Send that paper. That's right. You got 4 hours, you $10 an hour. Each of y'all send $40 or something. Send that paper. You know what I mean? And if you have, praise be to Allah. The family, thank you. If you already sent something, fine. But use your voice to unite, not destroy. How are you going to use your voice to on a platform? You know what I mean? Beautiful Mason, you can donate right here. Right here. That's the link. If you can hit the link. If the link don't work, let me know. I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna go copy it again. You know, and so now let me address this real quick. I reached out to a brother in Texas today that's going through it. And I said to the brother, I said, brother, what can I help you with? Would you like to come on the platform and let the people know what's going on, give the people an update? The brother said to me, he said, well, nah, the way you did, I seen your flyer, and the way you did the flyer seemed like you going at brothers. I am. Because I think that's inequity, that's an injustice for the people who are suffering in Texas. I am. Straight shot. But it's just a warning. It's going up there. It's a warning. Be about the people. Be about the people. I'm a front line more. It is what it is. I don't worship no personality. I'm a front line brother. You know what I mean? So the thing is this. The brother declined to come on the show, which is fine. Yet, the brother family is going through it. But because of his fidelity to his friends that did that show, I hope, bottom line is this, I hope he would have told them, brother, won't y'all do a show to try to generate finance to get us some help? I hope he at least did that. Real talk. You know what I mean? Forget YouTube. Forget all the Tahaka Bay, this and that. I hope that he said, yeah, I'm fine, brother, but you know we probably can cover more ground if you did a show for 4 hours. If you did a YouTube-a-thon for 4 hours. See, you got to have courage enough for truth. The prophet teaches us that. Teaches us. You know what I mean? You got to have courage enough for truth. You see, now let me give you a history real quick, because this is a YouTube show, but there's also a show to support the family. Again, people need diapers for them babies, need Enfamil, whatever they need for them babies. Don't get there and say, well, we need to just breastfeed. That ain't this. Y'all fools do that. I tell you, I'm blocking you off the break. Because y'all come crazy. You know what I mean? But our people need help right now. We have time. I don't have time for 2 hours to talk about the craziness to thinking that the Secretary of State can determine who's the true Moorish Science Temple of America. Not right now. Well, I got something for you. I definitely got something for you. But just not right now. Right now, I want to try to get all the attention and all the finance to my people in Houston, Texas. You know, now check this out. Y'all know me by now. Check this out. I don't have no picks. Either you with the truth or you not. Here's what it is. Me and Cujo had some words. Me and Sabir Bey had some words. Had some things to say about Taj, Shanetta, Shaka. The list goes on. Just because we cool Just because we cool doesn't mean that I'm not going to pull your coattail. And Robin Williams said, did you know that Grimm was rescuing people? That's his job. He's a paramedic. Praise be to Allah that he has the paramedic skills to do that. But I've always learned this. It's what you do when you don't have nothing to do, and when you're not getting paid to do something is what really counts. I'm going to say it again. It's what you do when you think you have nothing to do, and when you're not getting paid to do something is what really counts. Not saying it's not from the heart, because those type of jobs are very heart-driven jobs, meaning that people who get these jobs, they are have people, compassionate people. They are people, compassionate people. You follow me? But nevertheless, 4 hours to talk about division? 4 hours to talk about division is unacceptable. If I was a paramedic, I'd be filling bags now too. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. See, I don't give nobody no pass, man. For 4 hours of talking division, I'm not talking about what a brother doing now. I'm talking about what happened while the flood was coming. That he would rather die than not do that show. He would rather die than not do that show. Well, I tell you what, I'd rather do this show and funnel them finances to my people. You know what I mean? Y'all can support what you want to support. That's on you. You your own man, you your own woman. But me, man, I'm about my people first and foremost. Know who y'all about. Know who y'all about. Think my people in the chat about their people. You know, if you want to defend coming on YouTube for 4 hours in the midst of people drowning, in the midst of people swimming in feces, in the midst of people going to the highest level of their house and can't get out for days, and you are a Moorish American where the Moorish Temple of America is on shaky ground as it relates to progress, we need to esteem and empower our people every chance we get. Every chance we get. And I'm talking about particularly Moorish Americans. I'm talking about particularly Moorish Americans. We need to save Moorish Americans and all people who think their conditions can be better so they can help and assist the other people. I'm wasting no time. I'll be back to get you. But today, we're talking about the Moors needing help. Micaiah Israel, you got to email me. TahaqaBay@yahoo.com, and I'll get you a little bit of literature. But the point of the matter is, family, I'm going to calm it down for a second. The point of the matter is, family, y'all need to really consider what is going on. There's a shift going on right now. There's a shift going on in the Moorish Temple of America. Baton is being passed, and some people don't want to let it go. The super scholar and the super lecturer is out the door. It's a wrap. It's time for the builders. It's time for the builders. Y'all can come back later. It's a wrap. So all of that preaching and teaching and talking and barking and all that, it's a wrap. It is what it is. It's a wrap. It's time for the builders. If your leaders are not building something, if your leaders are only holding meetings, if your leaders are only organizing meetings that ain't taking us nowhere as a nation, put some fire up underneath of them. Don't leave them. Put some fire up underneath of them. That's right. Put some fire up underneath of them. Because I'm going to tell you what, within the next few years, I'm going to tell you something. The standard is going to be what we build. And when I say we, I'm talking about all those who want to build something with your brother Tahaka Bey. That's going to be the standard. The standard ain't going to be the Secretary of State. The standard is not going to be who holds a certain charter. The standard is not going to be how many temples you got. That ain't going to be the standard. The standard is going to be how many people you fed. The standard is going to be where's the schoolhouse. The standard is going to be where's the grocery store, where's the laundromat, where's the barber, where's the daycare. That is going to be the standard. That's going to be the standard. And if your leaders ain't doing that, come on with me. And we're going to do it together around the country. Why must I wait? John the Baptist degree. We don't care about your paper no more. We don't care about your papers. Talk about I am the original. I am as my beloved brother Hopkins Bay always say. We was in Morocco talking about I am the Sultan of Cordova. I am the Sultan of Valencia, arguing about stupid stuff. I have the original charter. Oh yeah, this charter is the charter was held by Miliel. This charter here was Kirkman Bay. Nah, buddy. That's not working no more. It's gonna be a worker's error. And if you ain't working, man, get out of here. Ain't nobody listening to you. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Now, yeah. Family, look out for your brother, because you know they're going to come for my head, because I'm going to make them work. This is the charter of Miliel. This is the charter of Baliel. No, this is the charter of Kirkman Bay. For real? For real? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. For real? Come on, man. We need to stop playing, man. We need to stop playing, man. Our people is sitting right now, probably on the upper floor, trying to wait till somebody come and rescue them. And we talk about the original filing is perpetual. For real. That's what we doing. And people want to see this. People will go and watch this. Yeah, the prophet made the charter system, but I'm saying we're not going to. Robin said the prophet made the charter system, though, right? No, the prophet didn't make the charter system. He used the charter system. But the point that I'm making, Robin, is that we no longer are going to fight over the charter system. We are going to build a community where I live next to the next Moor, and I know your children, you know my children, I know your wife, you know my wife. I look after you, you look after me. We shop in the grocery store. You short on $1, here, take 5. Talking about neighborhood, we're talking about community. No more you live over West End and I live over East End. No, we're gonna live in the same neighborhood. And we're going to push this ideal around the country. We're going to start it in Baltimore. We're going to start it in Vegas. And we're going to start it in the ATL simultaneously. And we're going to create these models. And from these models, it will be duplicated around the country. And so all of y'all still love it. I am the charter of the charter. Charter. I got the charter. So y'all go ahead and keep doing that. Y'all keep doing that. The Secretary of State says. Let me answer the brother question. What do you think about Sharif and Abba making peace again, though? I wish you would make up with them brothers. Brother, I don't have no problem being friends with them brothers. Those are my brothers. I think in reality, I'll talk about that maybe in the future, but I don't want to destroy the show, making them a topic of the show. But anytime that them brothers want to reach out and move in the direction of truth and building a community, not just talking heads, I don't have no problem with that. They're my brothers. I just disagree with them right now. I disagree with my mother a couple times. She hit me upside my head. You know what I mean? I can't disagree with my brothers, for real. Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No, Robin Williams, I'm not making them the topic of the show. I'm making them, I'm segueing from them to show how that we are supposed to be doing the work of uplifting fallen humanity. Anything that divisive is counterproductive and not more science. That whole presentation was divisive while our people were underwater and continue to be. And continue to be. Brother, you can defend them all you want. You can defend them all you want. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can defend them all you want, but I'm pointing out the facts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like personalities. Not my thing. I like truth. You know what I'm saying? Not my thing. Defend them all you want. I'm not going to answer any more of those questions because now it will become that they're the highlight of this conversation, in which I'm not with that. And so my brother Israel said, what do I think about Joel Osteen's situation? Well, brother, man, the prophet teaches us that a leopard never changes stripes. Joel Osteen is he's a European just like anybody else. You know what I mean? He's a European like anybody else. And so because Joel Osteen is a European like anybody else, the odds is that's what Europeans do. Now, let's not say all Europeans would have conducted themselves as Joel Osteen did. However, they have a track record. Most Europeans have a track record. That's why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches us that we should not amalgamate and mix with the pale-skinned nation of Europe, because they have a track record, a proven track record. So I'm not surprised that Joel Osteen said that. Not surprised. You know what really surprised me? If that somebody went to follow up and found out wasn't no water there. You know what I mean? Because they usually give these big pastors and preachers a pass. You know what I mean? They usually give them a pass. But somebody went and followed up. That's what surprised me, that somebody followed up. You know what I mean? Nobody want to hold people accountable. Just like Robin Hills. You don't want to hold these brothers accountable for 4 hours talking about nothing when our people are drowning. So what surprises me is that somebody held them accountable. It is what it is. Somebody went with the camera and say, man, hold up, man. What you doing? What you doing? And that's what we need to do with one another. We need to sometimes say, hold up, man. What you doing? What are you doing? This is not consistent. So with that, family, let me share this with you. This is how it's looking right now. As we speak, it's looking just like this right now. This is how it's looking right now. That's the shelter picture. This is how it's looking. This is somebody out the window. I think that came from my brother. But this is how it's looking right now. You feel me? This is how it's looking. Come on, man. I've never been in something like this. Never. So I'm not sure how I would even deal with this. But I know that I would love to have somebody to try to reach out and assist me. I know that. I know I would hope that somebody would assist me. Because assisting is man, look at this. Look at the bridge. Look at the comparison. You know what I mean? Look at this. This is insane. So we need to I'm gonna put this link in there. So people can send. I'm trying to get some people on the line real quick, so hold on. So I want y'all to pay attention to this. It say, help our brothers and sisters in Houston in need during this devastating time. Brothers and sisters on the ground with the NBUF, National Black United Front.org. So this is another one that we can assist. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to try to copy and paste this and put this in the chat. Are looking for our support to get food. Look at this. Diapers, hygiene products, etc., etc. to those who are in need. Below is the link. Let me see. Below is the link. Okay, let me get the brother. The below is the link that y'all can go to, but I'm going to actually put this link at the bottom of the page. Y'all follow me? So I'm going to copy this link in a minute, and then we're going to look at this in a second. Hold on one moment, family. Islam? Islam. Hey, family, I want y'all to stand by for 1 second. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. I want y'all to hear this good. As I said, I wanted to get all let me get the phone right. Y'all stand by. Let me get it right. All right. Islam, more. Let me say Islam.
Islam, peace and love, family.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring you in real quick. So, family, here we go. We got my brother John Rael, and as I said, John Rael know me. I think the brother know me more than I give him credit for, because I'm so glad that the brother came on the show, and I know the brother most likely to seen how I put the flyer out and how provocative I am, and I'm provocative for a reason. I'm provocative to draw attention to a situation that is very necessary to have our attention. It needs our full, undivided attention. And so I want to welcome my brother to the show. And I said again, I don't want to be long-winded. But I want to tell you this. I said to the people, Jariah, I said, I just came at Moore TV. But I came at Moore TV. It wasn't a personal thing. It was a difference of opinion. Me and Jariah went at each other. I said, but man, when I seen the devastation, the first thing I said, man, hold up, let me hit Jariah. Let me hit Jariah. Let me hit my other brothers in Texas. And I hit quite a few brothers. So I just appreciate you, brother. I just appreciate you for calling in. I would like you to introduce yourself. And brother, the floor is yours. But what I really would love for you to do is to paint a picture of what exactly is going on and then segue into how the people can help. I've been putting in the link all evening. I've only been putting your link in all evening. I'm going to put other links in towards the end of the show. But brother, the floor is yours. Let the people know who you are. And brother, praise the Lord that you are on the show, Moorish World TV. And I wish that we could have came together under other circumstances, but Allah is the best of planners. So let's talk about it, my brother. Islam.
Islam, Muslim, Islam, more. First I rise giving perfect praise to Allah, giving honors to Noble Drew Ali the Prophet, giving honors to each and every one of my Moorish American Muslims who are involved with the uplifting of fallen humanity, giving honors to the forerunner of the movement, Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey, giving honors to all things Moorish, giving honors to our grand body at Unity Temple, giving honors to our Supreme Grand Sheikh and all Moorish Americans out there who are doing the work. Okay, it is the will of the Prophet that unity be placed in motion, family, and that's what we come in to build on, the spirit of unity with all our brothers and sisters who are doing the work of the Prophet. Islam?
Islam.
Islam, peace and love, more. The brother said, he said difference of opinion, but I said no, more. That's my Moorish American Muslim. The reason why you'll never see a debate is because Tawarka Bey I know to be a Muslim. So those Muslims, they have a way of bringing their thoughts to the one thought. And that's how we reconcile all our differences according to the Prophet, family. So if you're writing exact with the Prophet more, you're going to be writing exact with me. Islam, and I'm going to leave that. So I give my brothers honors for providing this platform for the Moors to like he said, when these type of situations come up, everything stops, more. All debate, all fighting, all everything stops.
Islam, more. Well, say that one more time. Islam, more.
Islam, family. Yes. Islam, that's what it needs to be, more. I give honors to the Moorish American family. We still have a few knuckleheads, more, but for the most part, Moors have reached out to me, brothers from temples and bodies that I didn't even know existed have reached out to me more just to touch me and say, peace and love, more. How are you and the family? Are you okay? Islam, more, that's a donation, family. That's love. That's the spirit of the prophet.
Yes, sir.
You to call and check on your brother and see how he's doing, more.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love, more. And you got to understand what this movement is about, family. And I really want to make sure that I'm able to speak and build on that tonight, family, and bring that out. But for right now, I want to bring on a person who is behind putting this upliftment act together to get Moors to understand, because we got to start to do for our own, Moors. Listen to what I'm telling you, family. It's great that if you want to give to the Red Cross and all those other things, but we need stuff that's going to directly affect Moorish American Muslims and families and society. We got to start doing for our own, more. And I don't want other Moors to have to burden themselves. We have Moors who gave as much as they can. Brother said, I only have this more, but I'm going to give it. I was like, oh, man, it's fine, family. But imagine what we could do if every Moor reached in their pocket and gave $2.
That's right.
$5 more. Across the country, more, that will make a bigger difference and not create a burden on anybody. And then that way we can move and show the power of unity amongst our own, family. So when we talk about right now, this person that I'm going to bring up right now, this is our acting business manager for Unity, Texas. Let me just lay the accolades out there, family. And it's not to boast, it's just to give more a platform of what has been built and established here in the state of Texas. When we talk about going under, you have to understand we employ some of the highest paid Moorish Americans in the city. I'm not throwing that out there as a boast. I'm just getting you to understand that the people that we employ provide for their temples and their bodies. There's a body in Houston, Temple 35. Some of these people provide for their temple. They provide for their families. So when you got to look a brother in the eye, say, peace and love, we don't have no mail, no checks coming in. We don't know how am I going to look that brother in the eye, tell him that peace and love, how we going to get that funds to them? So there's a lot going on that Moors don't know and they should not speak on, because we provide for the city. We have businesses. And when the businesses are not able to provide, that affects the families and the individuals inside the communities, Moors. So that's what we're talking about. And I'm going to bring the sister online so she can lay a platform to get more to understand what has taken place over the last few days, because we just united today, more. I swam in. Other than that, we were not able to get to anyone. Everything was on hold. They have the National Guards here. So we're about to paint the picture to let Moors understand what's going on. And we give honors to our brothers and sisters from Temple 7, Temple 35, who are doing the work, who are out there with our people. We don't create division here in Unity Temple in Unity, Texas, Moors. That is not the will of the prophet or our Supreme Grand Sheikh for us to go around causing debates and confusion. This thing is about love and displaying the highest principles known to man. And that's what we are building on. So with that, Moor, I'm going to come back, but I'm going to turn it over right now to our acting business manager, Sister Mary Bay. Islam.
I give praise to Allah. I give honors to our Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honors to the forerunner Marcus Messiah Garvey. And then from there, Moors, I give honors to you, because when man honors man, he honors himself. Islam. I'm honored and humbled to be here to speak to you guys today, just to shed light on exactly what the status is here in Houston and what we've been doing, what we've been able to do, and what we're planning to do. Islam? All right. So from there, the current status right now is flooding has decreased. We haven't had rain for close to 24 hours, which is a huge blessing, and it's been a shimmer of hope for Houston. With that being said, flooding has decreased. We still do have 40% of Houston underwater, and then that includes the surrounding cities. So Houston, the greater Houston area includes Houston and all of the surrounding outskirts. Okay, so roughly 40% of the greater Houston is underwater. They released the actual bayou, the two levees. Two levees were released at midnight the night before, so last night. What people don't understand is the city was already at capacity to flooding. So what that does is everywhere along the bayou has now been mandatory evacuation. So finally the city's starting to get better. It's not raining, it's not storming, but we do have tons of people who are now been displaced, and shelters are running out of space, and they're trying to create new shelters and new places. We have so many volunteers that are coming into Houston unprepared. And a lot of them are coming in wanting to help, not really knowing what they're getting into and not having the proper equipment. And what's happening is they're getting stranded. And then the proper rescue teams now have to rescue others that are coming in to try to aid and assist. So that's the reason why a lot of Moors want to come in and have rescue teams come down here. There's 3 phases. Understand there's the rescue, there's relief, and there's recovery. The rescue phase is pretty much getting everybody out and making sure they're safe. The relief phase is actually putting them into shelters, making sure people have food and water and things of that nature, diapers and just personal necessities, things of that nature, because a lot of people have lost everything. Now, let's speak specifically on Moorish Americans. We have a community of Moorish Americans. There's 3 different bodies here in Houston, but we are all one. It's all unity, it's all love. And there's roughly close to at least 250 Moorish Americans in the city.
In the state.
Okay, in the state, roughly. The majority of them are in the surrounding Houston, Austin, Texas City. We have some Moors in Texas City, Katy, Sugar Land, Richmond, the A-Leaf area. We have a few Moors in Austin, and some in Dallas. Mostly the ones that are affected are in the greater Houston area, Texas City, and along the coast. So many Moors have lost their homes, their apartments. We have a Moor with a landscaping business whose equipment, trailers, their apartment, everything is lost. So this is Moors that actually employ other Moors. So that Moor, relies on that Moor to be able to feed his family. So now that one business is down, then that means that's 2 or 3 Moors that won't be able to feed their families until we recoup the cost and we're able to get equipment and get everyone back on their feet. But the first phase is let's just get everyone safe. Right. So as of right now, all Moorish Americans in the city that we know of have checked in and everybody is safe. Now understand that safe does not necessarily mean the condition is good. Like safe can mean you're flooded in, but you have food, you have water, you're safe, there's no flooding in your home, you're safe. Like in my house, the only way we can get in is either you have to swim in or you have to boat in. So in my subdivision, it's completely underwater. So luckily there's no flooding in our homes. It's in newer homes, so there's no flooding in our homes, but the whole area is underwater. And what we've been doing is we've been working with rescue teams on the southwest side of the greater Houston, and we've been able to actually work directly one-on-one with several volunteers. There's roughly close to 60 volunteers in my neighborhood alone, and we're going from door to door, making sure everyone has food and water, because a lot of people are requesting to evacuate. However, when they evacuate, a lot of the shelters are at full capacity, so then now you have nowhere to go. So it's almost, if you're home and you're safe and there's no flooding in your house, it's better that we find the supplies and resources that they need to keep them at home. Because when they're stranded, then that causes people to get in disastrous situations. Because, say for instance, the king actually was out helping and aiding others when he got stuck, because once they let the levees out, then that caused flooding. Within almost 30 minutes, it went from 2 to 3 inches of flooding to almost 6 feet of flooding. And they got stranded, had to abandon the car and then just seek shelter at the closest, highest place that you can find. So we're just now, and then from there, they have the Coast Guard in certain areas where you can't cross to certain areas in the city, so you're blocked in, and they have curfews because there's raiders out in the streets, and the raiders are pretty much looting boats. A lot of people on the boats, they're, people leave their homes with their valuables, with their, documents and things of that nature. So they're looting the rescuers to steal and rob from, the rescuees, and then also taking the boats. So that's why it's very important that a lot of the rescuers are, carrying concealed weapons to protect themselves from raiders. So it's really disastrous out there. But it's hopeful because the community is coming together, and there's hundreds of volunteers. You have gas stations filled with cars of just people with trucks and trailers bringing in boats and bringing in equipment and bringing people and saving people and rescuing them, especially out the bayou area, which is the most impacted area as of right now. Most of the other areas have been stabilized. Within the next couple of days is where we're going to go into relief, where we're just feeding people, taking care of people, getting them resources. Many people don't have food, clothes, and things of that nature, so we need to be able to generate enough funds to be able to take care of our communities. And then in addition to that is the recovery phase. This is usually when everyone leaves the city and abandons the city because everyone's been rescued. And then now is the portion where we have to clean our storefronts. We have to get our businesses back and running. We have to figure out how to get, our insurance on our homes to, get our homes repaired, which can take months and years before claims are reimbursed, and things of that nature. So it's a long process of healing and recovery. So unless you have finances to recoup, it's very, very difficult to be able to get back on your feet. And a lot of people are going to go to FEMA and Red Cross for benefits and things of that nature, but we should be able to do for our own. And that's one thing that we were saying is I have close to thousands, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 Moors on my page that are friends. If everyone just gave $5, that is more than sufficient to make sure that all of the Moorish Americans here are stable, and then we can do for our city. Because I've been out here, and and I'm a Moorish American Muslim, but I'm a sister. I'm out here on boats, helping aid and rescue people, passing out food. We were able to feed 50 families yesterday. So we're out here doing the work, but we can do so much more if Moors bossed up and assisted. Because one thing is we're arguing over, Moors shouldn't be in the South, and that's not encouraging to people that are underwater and that have lost everything. They need love, they need encouragement, and even if you are not able to assist financially, that's fine. Just show love, show encouragement, pray. That's what we need. Believe it or not, that's more impactful than anything. So, we're just coming to all Moorish Americans and requesting that, they come to the aid of Houston and be unity and love. And that's it. That's what we're requesting. We're going to be putting together a drive next week where we'll be able to pass out food. A lot of children are out of school. Once the schools go back into school, children won't have supplies. A lot of families lost everything, so we're going to do a school drive to get them back into just get our city back in action.
Islam, sister, and I definitely appreciate you coming on. It's definitely an honor. As I said to my brother Jarael, I wish it was under other circumstances, but Allah is leading on and victory is sure. We can plan all we want, but Allah is the best of planners, and this is how it has to be. Hopefully, we can come together on more, I guess, other terms, if you will, to assist and uplifting our people. But this is good enough for me because it's the call of Allah that we are talking right now. So I appreciate you, sister.
Islam, more appreciate you too, family. All right, Mo, I'm back. I got a few more things I want to address.
Brother, you know what? The floor is yours, my brother. This is, matter of fact, this is the Jarael show. It is what it is. This is the Unity, this is the John Rael Unity Texas show. Don't tell nobody this Moorish World TV. Tell them to tune in to the John Rael Unity Texas show. The floor is yours, my brother.
Islam, Muslim, Islam, peace and love. All right, peace and love, family. One of the things I want the family to know is let's put aside all differences, family. I don't want to see any posts out there asking brothers and sisters, what body you from, what this is and that. All of my Moorish Americans here in the state of Texas are card-carrying, dues-paying Moorish Americans. There's certain things that we don't allow in the state that you can probably do in other states. You know, we don't allow the sovereign citizen movement into our city. You know, I've worked with my brothers to make sure that we keep those things out. Now, why I'm bringing that up right now is to get you guys to understand that where other people may see division, believe it or not, certain people are talking and things are trying to get done behind the scenes more. I don't want to see division where there's no division. So a lot of Moors have said a lot of different things to the Queen that I'm finding out later now, and it just needs to be a time of unity, family, especially right now. And the reason why it's so important right now is because she provides so many jobs for Moorish Americans. You know, she's brought over $200,000 for Moorish Americans to go and create businesses for the city of Texas. She works with the Chamber of Commerce and other Moors and businesses. And so that's what this thing is about. So now we got those Moors who provide for the temples and provide for their families, who have other businesses and jobs who won't be able to provide for them. So it's about coming together. And then another thing, as I pointed out today on another show, was that when we looked at the Jewish community and other things that they were doing, they were organized, family. It's organized. It's a tragedy going on. We ain't going to talk about nothing different. We're going to see how we can aid and support our brothers. Bottom line.
That's right.
That's it. I got Moors who told me peace and love. Well, I don't have anything to give you, but I'm going to post this all day. I was like, peace and love, family. That is love. That is love right there.
It's love.
You got to understand, that's the call. More, that's what we can do. If we can get there, then we can start to understand the blueprint of what really fuels this movement, family. And it's about displaying the possibilities of man. And if we're not doing those things that cause us to be better Moorish Americans, then we're following folly, Moors. It is not the spirit or the will of the prophet for me to be debating my brother wherever he is, Moor. I want to try to figure out how to work with you and get this work done and figure out how we can build. And right now we're calling for a state to build, family. We're in certain conditions. Now, the Queen was being modest. I thought she would say it, but she didn't. She lost her car. So her car is completely submerged underwater. She had to be rescued. So neighbors found her and rescued her and brought her in by boat, because the only way to reach here is for boat. So we're talking about the greater parts of Houston. We're talking about Richmond, North Richmond, Cypress, Texas, all of these places. And when they released the water into the communities, family, some of the communities weren't bad until they released the water. And they're flooding out other communities to avoid other communities being flooded. And we don't understand that. But when they did that, they released alligators into the communities more. So it's a lot of things being done like that we want to be on guard for. And then for us to just become better organized, Moors. The Moorish American Emergency Fund that we established that should go out to anybody in need, family. We can do these things. We don't need a Red Cross. Where's our Red Cross?
That's right.
Where's our stuff, family? Why can't we do those things as each other? I'm the first Moor on the front line to give whatever Moor needs me to be supportive of our family and work to try to build something so we can have something for the next generation. Because that's really what it's for, family. When this is all said and done, these new Moors going to come up and they're going to enforce the Prophet's law. They're going to enforce this will, Moor, and we're going to move into that spirit, family. And I just appreciate the platform, Moor, to get that out and to try to pull everybody back to unity without creating so much division and talk, Moor. What body you from, and this and this and this. So wait, Moor, if I'm not part of your body, you won't aid? You won't help? But you put your fez on and call yourself a Moorish American?
Yeah, Moor. That was more. I mean, and I don't want to dwell on that because it takes from the show, but it was disheartening. It was disheartening to me to see that type of demonstration go on for hours and hours and hours.
Right.
And I'm sitting there trying to figure out, making calls, inboxing people like, man, do you have any information? What can I use? What can I do? I want to throw a show together because John Rael, you know I do a show. I mean, I'm not here to try to teach everybody the in-depth lessons of Moorish science. I want to inspire and excite people. That's what I do. You know, so I do a show. And so I'm trying to put it together so I can get people. We're in the ADHD generation. But while I'm trying to do it more, I'm saying to myself, man, How can we waste time on anything when this is happening? Because I'm looking at my son. My son is in the other room right now. I'm looking at my son and I'm thinking, if my son was in the water saying, Daddy, I got to poop. See, I'm going to keep it 100. Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm cold. The water cold, Daddy. I'm not thinking about what body you from. Are you serious?
Islam.
More, the floor is yours, more, but it was disheartening just to see that more.
Islam. And that's what the Moabites gave me. And I'm a student more. Let me humble myself, family. Before the titles, before the accolades, more, I feel like the titles have to be earned more. You have to earn that title. The prophet teaches us through the lessons more that, Allah doesn't care nothing about those titles more. It's the work that we put in behind that. So what I have to do is I have to humble myself and learn these lessons more. It's about who's displaying those possibilities, who's being more human, family. Like some of these things, when you start seeing things that just don't add up, you start looking at people, you can tell that that's an unhuman person. That's somebody who's not a part of the human family. See our brothers and sisters who are getting shot over traffic stops more. That's someone who was acting out something that is not part of the human family. When we start creating folly and division over titles and position, that's something that's not acting out in the human family. Now, what I have to start doing is I have to learn how to start being more just a simple form. And then when I started looking around, the people who were helping more, these people came from Houston is a melting pot, number one. So you get all nationalities here. And the people in the community was all different nationalities coming together, more boats, scooters to get the work done. You know what I mean? And it's just like, where's the Moorish community? That's my thing. Peace and love. I love everyone, family, but my goal and my salvation is for my people. And I want to see my people do good. And I want to make sure that my people okay. So we got Moors, all the Moors in our body and other bodies checking in and just saying, peace and love, Moor. We okay, we safe. We got food, we got water. What do you need? And that's the things that are going to bring us closer and that entitle us to our vast estate more by changing the way we actually function and think. If we can get back to those divine thoughts and start to display those things more, I think those are the things that will make us better Moorish Americans as a whole. The other part of that platform more is the prophet teaches us that it takes economics to move a nation, family. And we have to really start preparing in some way, shape, or form. And one of the things that Allah has did for me, preparing me for this happening, is He showed me that I was not prepared. And I wasn't prepared as a leader for my body and my Moors, and I wasn't prepared because I'm starting to look at certain things that other people had set up. You had the church down the street that had church buses that went and got all the members of their church in a bus. And then I look back and the prophet said that we should have buses. And the prophet said that we should have schools. And the prophet said that, so peace and love, Moors, it does take economics and finance to move these things. We need an emergency funds. We need to make sure that if there is a natural disaster, no matter where it's at, it doesn't have to be in Texas, wherever it is, Moors, that that there's Moors coming from all over to aid and support, that we do have those things set aside for our people. And that's what I want to start to work and develop on. Another thing is health, Moors. And I'm speaking of testimony right now, more because I was out there with my two oldest Moors. And I had another Moor who I was carrying on my back, a friend of ours whose son I raised, and I had to carry him because it came up to his neck. So he was literally, he couldn't walk in it. So, I picked him up and I was carrying him. But more as I got kind of like a mile down the road, I started to know my breathing started to change more. And in Unity Temple, one of the things the Supreme Grand Sheikh does is he's big on health, Moors. So we got to start looking at ourselves as well, Moors, as far as what we're putting into our body. Our acting Grand Sheikh has touched on that today as well. As more the food that was out there that people were giving. Moors, you have to understand, Moorish Americans have a specific diet. We don't just eat anything. So I want to make sure that these things happen. My people have the right type of foods that we can get to and that we can eat. And there's different things. And then people who say FEMA. But when we saw the FEMA things, they're talking about vaccination. You got people underwater, you're talking about vaccinating. We ain't talking about no vaccination to get no food or meals or whatever money are you trying to give people. So, we need our own stuff.
Ooh, hold up. Well, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said that thing, and I think we should do a follow-up show on this, maybe sometime, maybe Saturday or something. But you saying that FEMA was talking about vaccination while people are suffering?
Yeah, peace and love, more, and that came from a third-party source. So, but she was saying that she went up there to get certain benefits. So she was asking for certain benefits. They wanted to see ID. They wanted to see vaccination. If not, they were offering vaccinations. And I'm like, all of that for aid, more? Like, peace and love. Like, you know, we don't do vaccinations as it is. You know, none of our Moors here, we don't vaccinate our children. We adhere to, you know, our religious craft, and we believe that we don't put certain things into our body. So we enforce those laws here. And, you know, I was just like, look, you know, we need our own family. And then, you know, I'm getting calls from Moors to just like, peace, more. I got a family. I'm trying to. For the children. And the children have to be vaccinated, yeah.
Benefits, like they were giving like aid benefits where you get like a temporary type of welfare type of food stamp benefit, and in order to qualify, your children have to be vaccinated, and if you don't have proof of vaccination, then they have on-the-spot vaccination.
Wow.
Yeah, more. I'm just shaking my head at that, and then, but you know what? Those comes from lack of people preparing, and that's what we got to get away from. The Negro is a mindset of a people who function a certain type of way. So they depend on this government and this system to provide things for them. And that's something that the Prophet didn't want for us. He wanted us to be self-sufficient and independent. The Moorish American Muslims are industrious. We don't want handouts. We want to be able to provide for our own and do for our own. And we have the ability to do those things, family. If every Moorish American just started bouncing money with each other, we would have everything that we need. So we need to learn about group economics. That's a class that the acting business manager teaches to all Moorish Americans. It's not just about getting a handout, more. She teaches Moors how to manage money. She teaches Moors how to create business plans, how to go after business deals. It's different programs that we have set up for the Moors here that have gone through those programs that know the benefits of that. She's opened up within the last 2 years a total of maybe a little bit over 11 businesses here in the city, more, that employs Moorish Americans, that have got Moorish American funding to create other business. So this thing is about being industrious and enforcing nationality. And that's what we want to start getting back to, family.
Islam, more. Islam, more. More. I wanted to ask you. I just want a few questions, if you will, brother. How are people dealing with the children? I know you keep hearing me say children. How are people dealing with the children's plight? What is the plight of the children?
More peace and love. I'm gonna tell you what I've seen with my own eyes. More the part that we're talking about when you go towards North Richmond and Cypress Wood, these places are still underwater right now. More. One of the people were creative. They have the air mattress. You know, the little air mattresses they sell at Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that you would sleep on. Yeah, I slept on one of them before when my money was funny. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So they blew that up, and they had the children on the air mattress pushing them out. You know, they have their head underwater, a little bit over water, but the children are pushing them out. But it's not the individuals that's doing it. More the beautiful thing right now, as a city as a whole, is the neighbors and everyone coming together. Peace and love, more. I wasn't gonna say this, but I shared it with the other Moors. I'm gonna go ahead and share it. The person who helped get the Queen back into the neighborhood to get to the young Moors had a Confederate flag on their car and their boat, more.
Oh.
When push came to shove and they heard her story, all that went out the window. So it's really the people who are set aside to do, and that's how you display humanity. More about just saying, okay, this is a human need. This person has a child, a mother trying to get back to her child. I got a boat. I'm gonna help you get back. And then in this incident with the lady who was pushing the air mattress of children, she was pushing them, and she was just asking for somebody to come with a boat. She wasn't even concerned with herself. She was just trying to get her children to safety. And then that's what's going on right now. More and like I said, all the Moors are insecure right now. We have a few Moors that don't have electricity, but for the most part, all the Moors are in a safe environment, especially when you got people who are still underwater. More, you can't really complain. So, you know, we just try to make sure that we make do and we get what's needed for everyone else.
What it comes down to is when at the end of the day, what it really comes down to, when you get to a state of emergency and you look at, you know, life and death in your face, then all those other things really don't matter anymore. You know, my personal beliefs, my political beliefs, what God I believe in,
tell it, sis,
don't matter because everyone wants one thing: to survive. So everyone comes together for the common good of surviving and getting through this together. So in a way, even though we may have completely different views politically, you know, we're able to come together for the common good of our neighborhood.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
When I say being prepared more, it's Moors out there, not Moors, it's Europeans out there that have their shotguns, they have boats ready, like they were ready more. You know what I mean? Like they were ready. They had the water. They had the equipment. You know what I mean? They had the guns in case anybody tried to jack them. Boating gear. Like they were ready more. And then
not just for themselves, but for like they have 10, 20 life vests just in case.
And it showed me more as somebody who was a part of this executive rulership of the MST of A, that I really got to get back into my lessons, because when I open up the lessons and I look at the warning and the prophecies of the prophet, it's all there more. Did not the prophet say put up a 90-day supply of food for every Moorish American? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was all there more. Is what I think I'm doing is we got to make sure that we start adhering more and looking at the meat of it all, family, and start getting to the work of the prophet more. And I spend too much time politicking with Moors, debating with Moors. And when I study my Supreme Grand Governor and the people in my body, they don't do none of that more. My Supreme Grand Governor doesn't do anything but display the 5 highest principles. My Supreme Grand Sheik ain't on there trying to prove that he's this, he's that, he's that. He's doing the work. He's out there with the people. And so, like, I'm starting to learn that, okay, I got to start to really get out there and make sure that we a little bit more, because I'm looking at Baptist churches who had it together and who were ready, and, you know, backup generators and everything. And, you know, here we are, and all the Moorish Americans are dependent on us to make sure that we secure, and we got to do better for our people. And that was my lesson in everything, to make sure that, okay, peace more, you got the title. It's time we start doing those things. It's time we start making sure that we have that. And we have plans to get to the land and farm and create our own farming and everything, but we got to start looking at securing stuff. And that's where the move. I don't even know if I want to open up that can of worms, but that's where the Mufti demonstration comes in more, when we start to secure things as Moorish American, health, etc. Like peace and love. What I learned by myself is when push came to shove more, I was out of breath when I got to a mile, carrying about 100 pounds on my back, and I got to be in better shape than that more. So that let me know that I got to start hitting the gym more.
That's right. That's right, boy. Hey, boy, I tell you, the good thing about being a Moorish American, man, we learn from all circumstances.
Wow.
All circumstances, situations, from the most smallest thing, the most smallest to the most major situation. A Moorish American should be able to grab something to help evolve them to the next level. True indeed.
Peace and love. Islam more. So I give honors. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, family? Like I said, more. Like you called it more. This was Allah. It's been time more, and I'm glad we did it on these circumstances more.
Exactly. And I want to say this. I just received a text from my good brother Azim Hopkins Bey. He says that I'm gonna tell you now. He says that Temple 11 will be putting together a fundraiser for Unity Temple and the Moors that's doing the work there. He says Unity at all calls, and I asked him, I said, well, are you able to call in? He said right now he's driving as he speak, but he says that Temple 11 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania will be putting together a fundraiser specifically for the Moors. I am going to forward him the information that you gave me, Jarael. And brother, this gave me the chills that this brother be on the pulse. You know, and I call the brother very frequently. This is my spiritual advisor, if you will, because I jump out the window sometime. I need somebody to pull me back in, Jara. So that's my good brother Azim Hopkins Bey, Grand Sheik of Temple 11. So I will forward him the information. Also, I will connect them with you anyway, so y'all can get together and organize this for this assistance, my brother.
Islam family, and again, let me give honors to the Grand Sheik, Brother Azim Hopkins Bey, beautiful Moorish American family, has been teaching me for a while with the videos and some of the things that he puts out there for the family. I hear nothing from this brother but pure love more. And when we get to the heart of the movement, that's what we got to start moving for. And that's why I'm happy I'm a part of my grand body. And I know my Grand Sheik is out there, like I said, working with anybody who's willing to get behind and do the work of the Prophet. He's meeting with people from the Nation of Islam. He's out there just meeting and shaking with the people. And I know Azim Hopkins Bey in spirit is in that alignment as well more. So it's beautiful when we can come together and display unity, family, always.
Indeed, indeed. And more, I would love to do a follow-up show. The show ends in about 15 minutes, but I would love to do a follow-up show. I will hit you in your inbox, but I would love for the follow-up show to show the progress.
It's fine, more. You got it, more. Whatever you need at this point, like I said, family, you said it. You said it best. Allah is the best of planners, more. You hit it on the knob. It's
love, and send my love to the family. Bro, I just know that on the other side of this, the unity piece is happening. Brother, yes. All of these things happen for this.
That's fine.
You know.
And I want to go hard on that real quick, more. I'll turn it back over, but it's fine. I want to say it again. Unity is the will of the Prophet, family. That thought is being put in fruition, family. And anyone who stands against that, you can't, more. You can't stand against the will of Allah, family. It is time, more. We have to do better for this next generation, more. It's easy for me to stand up here and do something, family, but to be honest with you, I got 4 young Moors that I look at, strong Moors, Brother Taharka. I see you with your son, more. I know exactly what you're doing this for, more. It's easy when we can do everything else, but when you get these young generations of more who really want to put on for this movement, who care nothing about the folly and the babbles of the time that has nothing to do with spreading love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and that's what we're finna cut off at the root, family. Islam.
Any more closing, my brother? That's what I like about you. You like the Teddy Pendergrass of more size, brother. You be talking all smooth. Like I got mad at you one time, and you just picked up the phone and was like, well, you know, brother, I didn't say that, brother. What I was trying to say, I'm like, man, hold up. What you trying to do? I gotta yell. Islam, boy. Did the sister have any closing remarks before we close out?
Islam, just gratitude. We're grateful for the love and the support and the assistance.
Islam. And I'll be reaching out real soon in a couple days, checking in, and we'll follow up with a follow-up show to check on progress. I will give the information. I will spread it far and wide. By the will of Allah, this platform reaches people. And inshallah, they will see this. Those who don't see it now will see it later, and they can put 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever they is able into the fund that will go to assisting the people. Now, before, I will be remiss if I didn't do this, because somebody hit me on Facebook with a question. How will this money be handled and distributed? Now, you know, that's the first thing we do as people. Hold up, what are they going to do with the money? Somebody asked me, is 10% going to go into processing fee? I'm like, no. I said, I didn't know. And I said, no. I said, I have the confidence and the trust in my brothers and sisters in Houston that it's going to go from one hand to the people. That's it.
Right. It's on, family. And I want to add this. They can follow what's going on our acting business manager's Facebook page. She's under Phoenix. There's a Phoenix page. Phoenix Bay and Brother Taharka will post that so you guys can follow the timeline on what's being done and what's being set up. But again, family, she is the acting business manager. She has put more money in the city and done more for Moors out of her own pocket. And every Moor can attest to this and verify to this. She loves the people here. She loves the city. And those things are unquestionable. And no Moor in this city would question that. And we give honor to her. Those are Negro thoughts that we need to do away with, family. And it's really about being about our people. Bottom line, if we can get to the basic fundamental understanding of what the Prophet brought us, we would do better.
Hey, it's all right.
That's fine. Go ahead, Moor.
Hey, brother. Let me say this also. Is that the sister that it was maybe put across as if I jumped out the window on a sister.
Wait, say that again, more?
Is that the sister when I was talking about more TV? It appeared that I might have jumped out the window on the sister. Well, brother, let me officially apologize to this. Since I get worked up sometimes. I get worked up. But I don't mean no harm. Man, y'all done got me blushing and all that, man. I gotta apologize on air, man. For real, John Rael. For real. Hey, John Rael, one of my things
we may differ, but we gonna always come together and get it right, Mo.
Hey, Moore, one of my pet peeves is if I do wrong in public or I'm taken wrong in public, it's only right that I apologize in public. So with that, I apologize.
But just to speak to that, we're already doing the work, so we're going to continue doing the work. All that we ask for is assistance so we can do more. But I mean, we've already. We fed 50 families the day before. You know, we were out today assisting, rescuing people. So we're going to continue to do the work.
It's love. Praise the Lord. And I appreciate the both of y'all. Again, John Rael, I'll be reaching out. I'll be checking the stats and everything, and I'll be sharing and giving updates with the next show that I do. Not sure when I'm going to do it. I want to do one before Sunday, but I'm definitely doing one Sunday and I do one Wednesday. I'll be checking the stats and I'll be updating the people, and I'll continue to post and share everything that I can so we can get the maximum amount of support. Islam?
Islam. Peace and love, family.
Peace and love. So, family, there you have it. The good brother, the good sister from Texas calling in. Shout out to my brother, Azim Hopkins Bay. Family, this is a beautiful show, family. This is a beautiful show. This show here shows what can happen when we can come together. Man, that John Ryan, you know he got that silky Teddy Pendergrass voice, right? Well, you know, more unity. It makes you want to just unite, don't it? I'm gonna get him on the show. He'll make y'all unite with that voice. He hits you with that voice. You know more. There's some Moors there, and I got some Moors. I carry the more. John Ryan. So, family, this is what it's all about at the end of the day. I want to say this in closing. Family, if you have someone, listen to them, but when you're listening, ask yourself two questions. Hold on. Let's do like this. Hold on 1 second, family. Let me share something with you right quick. In my old Quran, it been through some stuff. Hold on. I'm gonna get right. It been through some stuff. Don't worry about it. But I want to tell you something, family. Please don't hang up on me. I want to share something with you. Yeah, man. I want to share something with you real quick. Let me share this with you. What I'm going to read right here is the friendship of Jesus and Lammas, or some people would say Lammas. Jesus explains to Lammas or Lammas the meaning of truth. This is the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And I want to share this with you because this pamphlet here is my measuring stick on how I deal with stuff. That's why people that's why people might get mad at me. Because I'm going to deal with this. If you can check me with this, you can fix me. But if you can't check me with this or universal truth that is consistent with this universal truth that's taught by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we probably got a problem. We're going to probably be at odds with each other. For real. Like for instance, in chapter 7, let's start with verse 3. And Jesus said, truth is the only thing that changes not. Check it out. Truth is the only thing that changes not. Listen slowly, family. Listen with your heart. In all the world, there are two things. The one is truth. The other is falsehood. If you're watching a presentation and the truth that you hear is predicated upon division, then that truth is not adequate for you to be digesting. That's not good food. Listen, but poop it out. If you're listening to a truth, and that truth is making you divide yourself from somebody else that wears a fez or turban, somebody that has the same complexion as you, that truth ultimately become truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Get away from it. I don't care how much it tickle your ear. Get away from it. That's why people always say that religion divides. When the institution of religion was religion was instituted for the sake of bringing all people together, or at least helping you understand all people. That's what it was. Our forefathers created religion. Europeans didn't create religion. Europeans grabbed it and manipulated, and then we followed the manipulation. But the institution of religion was established to give you a better understanding of your creator and your source of life and your life here on earth as it relates to everybody as you connect to everybody. So if somebody comes across a YouTube channel and their presentation is predicated on divisiveness, I don't care how much it tickle your ear. Thumbs down and get away from that. Get away from that. When somebody tried to make one thing greater than the other, when we are taught in the Moorish Temple of America that the thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed, which means you can't put them in the box and say you got the absolute, holy, unadulterated thing. The thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. You cannot grab the thoughts of Allah and put it in this cup and smash the top on it and say, here you go, here's the thoughts of Allah. No, they are from the never-ending days of the past and the never-ending days of the future. You cannot circumscribe the thoughts of Allah. So if you're watching something and it's divisive and you don't check them or you don't flee, get away from it, what you're doing is endorsing it. You're endorsing it and you're perpetuating the problem. So the Prophet Noble Ali teaches us through this story in all the world, there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. Falsehood and falsehood is that what seems to be. Now, truth is art and has no cause, yet it is the cause of everything. Falsehood is not, and yet it is the manifestation of right. When I looked at that presentation that I talked about earlier, it was falsehood, yet it was the manifestation of right, because they're talking about the state endorsing something that is holy and divine. Read it again. Falsehood is not, yet it is the manifest of right. It just appears to be right. When I look in that chat and I see some of my dear brothers, some of my dear sisters agreeing with this mess, this divisive nonsense, that's just what it is. When I seen a brother that I look up to sitting on that panel, and whether he said something that was concrete to support the idea, just him being there was heartbreaking, because you being there endorses the division, yet went on to give proof that one thing is greater than the other. Astaghfirullah. And these are Muslims. This is not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali way. I don't care how much you like these brothers, sisters, or brothers. This is not the Prophet Noble Drew Ali way. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali way, we love all and don't demand love in return. We don't speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That doesn't mean that you cannot address the ideal, which I try my best to do. I try to address the ideal, the thought process, not the individual. But sometimes I have to call out the individual. And most of these individuals are not even a part of an organized group. They just willy-nilly freestyling. And I don't even do that good. Hope they just piece it out. As Side Netter would say, let's just piece it out. Let's just get along and piece it out and help our people. Let's put some finance together and help our people. Because that's what it should be about. That's what it should be about. It should never be about who is the person that's the man. Who cares about who's the man? Who's producing something? That's what I care about. That's what I care about. You know what I mean? Who's producing something? You ain't producing something, you ain't the man. You ain't the woman. You ain't producing nothing. If you're producing a whole bunch of talk, another great lecture, another great presentation, another great whatever you present, you ain't putting no brick to the ground, or you ain't planning to, man, get out of here with that. You know what I mean? This is a house of a brother sent me. Shout out to brother Selby Bay. You know, this is his house right there. If I'm not mistaken, he sent them to me the day I reached out to him. Shout out to the brother. You know, but the point is, the point that I'm making is that if you're not in support of uplifting your people, it is what it is. You said the prophet taught you 2,000 hold up. Let me say this. You said the prophet taught you of 2,000-year-old Jesus, and now you know Jesus can only go back 1,500 years. Hinton Howard, I don't want to get into this discussion with you, but I can explain that very easily. I can explain that very easy. But brother, this is a science. This is more science. The name Jesus can't even go back 1,500 years if to be truthful. The name Jesus, as we know the name Jesus, can only go back to the 1600s. But that's another conversation, brother. Use your third eye and listen to the wisdom. We're dealing with a science when we talk about these numbers, brother. And this is not that show. This is not that show. This is not that challenge show. This show is about stopping or stop the perpetual division type thoughts. Stop the perpetual division type thoughts. Come together and help one another. To some, he don't understand the science, to some, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He don't understand the science. It's okay. Well, man, come on, man. You know, that was like ABCs, man. We're not going to get into that argument. That's another show. That's another show. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all coming in the chat. I'll be back soon. It depends on how this week go. It depends on how this week go. That will determine how my show will be Sunday. Because my show Sunday, it can be a bomb. Or it can be a nice sunny day. It's up to my brothers out there that choose to divide or unite. I say we unite. I'm with uniting. I'm with building. So it can be a bomb or it can be a sunny day. It could be a bomb or it could be a sunny day. I want it to be a sunny day. Trust me. I want it to be a sunny day. But I tell you, it's going to depend how from today till Saturday turn out concerning the things that people are putting out there in the ethers or in the universe or in the atmosphere. It all depends. It all depends. But with that, man, it is. Let me tell you something, man.
I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. The birds and you were a friend of mine. I was told about my enemies that hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. When I speak about the prophet, over who I live. Who was the first to remind you and bind you back? To Morocco and others, Mississippi and Quebec. Told you was a black, moving straight back. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. And here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European holidays. And looking at women by European hair. No love for self, but do the thing that they can. Yeah, nah, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation take the pill, eat and serve. Yeah, they love everybody. Suchi, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Mars, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess to say it's all black when it's under the cover. Not sight. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. See the scholars out. It's ever for the workers. You ain't putting on the ground, then you working in the circle. You know it sound good, but that's only on the surface. Body working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every load that I can fast. He ain't my slow. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for show. And somebody right now don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my bad mistakes. I want my town, my shirt, my sword, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hate when love is the savior. You don't love yourself and you can't love your neighbor. That's why you get a fight and marry out in the race. If you wait for Moorish Groups, then get out of my face. Just Chinese love China, and Chinese love Italy. If you used to love the Moorish Groups, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember, that's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember, be more. I'll be that one you gon' remember that time. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember, LA. I'll be that one you gon' remember, New York. I'll be that one you gon' remember. The Hawker Bay front line till the Lord call my number.